The O'Farrell government's been given the all-clear to sell off all of the state's power assets. A report by Justice Brian Tamblyn QC recommends the government sell off a range of assets and make up its own mind on full privatisation. The government set up the inquiry after a partial sell-off by the former Labor government. But today's report says it was no fire sale. State political reporter Bridget Glanville joins us now. Bridget, what has Brian Tamblyn recommended?
He's all but recommended a full privatisation of the state's electricity assets. Specifically, Justice Tamblyn recommended the sale or long-term leasing of the state's electricity generators. But when it came to the poles and wires, the report says he's going to leave it up to the government to decide. It also recommended that the government sell off any development sites and also the Cabora coal mine in the state's central west.
Well, Barry O'Farrell has been scathing of the former Labor government's partial sell-off. Did the report back him?
No, it didn't. In fact, the report said that there was no fire sale and that actually taxpayers received value for money for the electricity assets. It said the partial sell-off that Labor did through what was known as gen trading was a suboptimal solution, but it was done as the best option. A full sell-off was available. Now, the Premier today wouldn't concede that the former government had been vindicated.
They may have got a technical tick on the process. What they certainly got was a less than technical boot in the backside by the electorate on the 26th of March because of all those unacceptable things that surrounded it. The 5 minutes to midnight deal, the resignation of directors, their replacement, the fact that they shut down the Parliament in trying to attempt to avoid a parliamentary inquiry into this matter, and the fact that they wouldn't have had this level of information if Labor had been re-elected.
Barry O'Farrell's rhetoric about the electricity transactions my government conducted has been undercut completely by the Tamblyn report. The report's found that the Keneally government's electricity sales had value for money, they were appropriate, sound and the best option available to the government at the time.
Juanita, the Premier says he's considering the report and he'll decide by the end of the year if the government will go ahead with full privatisation of electricity assets.
Bridget Glanville at State Parliament.